Mihai's second sortie was designed to calculate how his physiology changed under the stress of combat. My job was to compare his performance as a pilot now to when he was younger and understand how his skills evolved. To tell you the truth, I'm not sure I wanted to know the answers anymore. For a man his age, Mihai's body was unbelievably resilient, remarkably flexible. His reflexes were as sharp as they ever were. Still, after all those years of flying in the outer layers of the atmosphere, even someone as strong as Mihai wasn't immune to the effects of the strain. The human body is fragile. It was not meant to handle the excessive amounts of radiation that constantly bombarded the stratosphere. For Mihai's second sortie, we used a flight suit that was still untested. He seemed fine on takeoff, but by the time he landed back at the base, it was clearly a mess. He got caught in a surprise dogfight with an especially stubborn enemy. It took a while for Mihai to bring him down.
Suspend mission.
The suit was ineffective. According to the data, it wouldn't let him fly to his full potential. A new flight suit was made to my exact specifications. When it finally arrived, Mihai's granddaughters glared at me with their disapproval. They blamed me for the pain their grandfather had to keep enduring. But Mihai remained stoic. He wasn't the type of man who cared about anything that happened here on the ground. I wasn't worried about it. I was confident the new suit would protect him thoroughly so that he could maneuver his plane any way he wanted. The moment he took off in his new flight suit, I realized what I had failed to before. Right after takeoff, as the wheels retracted, the plane suddenly arced up. It accelerated so quickly. I had never seen a plane move like that before. Mihai hit the high G's multiple times before disappearing into the blue. The support team couldn't even keep up. And then I knew. I understood why he never seemed to care about restoring his stolen country back to its former glory, and why he didn't seem to care about anything that happened here on the ground. Of course, Mihai's kingdom was the sky.
The operation to capture Erusia's capital, Farbanti, is beginning. This is the culmination of our work. We need to capture the Erusian forces' general headquarters in the south of Farbanti and end this war. The plan is for ground troops to attack Farbanti from both the east and north, and a task fleet will attack from the southwest. We will secure air superiority over the capital, while providing air support for our allies on the ground and in the water as required. By all accounts, we expect this to be an intense, full-scale battle across land, sea, and air. Should you need to replenish your ammunition or make necessary repairs to your craft, a return line has been set up in the north. During this operation, we will also be tasked with having to destroy the communications satellites that Erusia hacked. If we take down the information communication system that we believe they have control over, it should plunge Erusia into chaos. Once the capital falls, the Erusian military will be isolated and thrown into chaos, making it easier for us to end the war. However, that can't happen until after the capital falls, so you guys are the stars of this battle. Erusia will fight like a tiger, but we cannot lose. We must seize the capital and end this war.
Strider Squadron, proceed to runway. Sortie ASAP.
Our troops have engaged at Farbanti Reconstruction Park, Silver Bridge, and the submerged area. We need you to help our boys in those 3 locations. This'll end the war. It's time. Commence the operation. Our friends are waiting.
Lately, as your company commander. I felt some of you young bucks coming after my championship belt. You're really putting the pressure on me. So I think I'm gonna go out there and run up the score a little bit. Just to show you guys how it's done. I trust I can count on all you to keep up. Let's get out there, take care of business, come back in one piece.
Target acquired. Strider 1. Return line is to the north. Head that way if you need to refuel. Good luck, everyone.
Count is back in the saddle as Cyclops 2. It's good to be flying a trip here, partner.
Cute. No, it's real funny.
Fox 3.
This is closing. Evading!
Locked on. Go down.
Strider 1. The men below you are to secure the Silver Bridge, but they can't break enemy lines. We have aircraft in addition to you, but our numbers are less than ideal.
Evading!
Strikes in the sky. Too bad for those guys.
Use your familiar to beat back the enemy assault.
Missile hit!
We need more air support. Can't hold the bridge much longer without it. Call reinforcements! We have it! We should have known it sooner! It's no use! We have to retreat! Fire!
Cyclops 3, missile in the air!
Enemy has a lock on me.
Enemy backup inbound. Forces are heading from 2 separate combat zones. We need to split our forces in 2 to meet both threats at once.
Trigger, head for either area. Cyclops will take care of the other one.
Roger.
Strider 1, enemy is locked on!
In gun range.
Fox 2. Enemy on my tail! I can't take him!
Where did these guys come from? My job just got that much harder.
Evading missile. They evaded it.
Strider 1. Target acquired.
K-Truck, the park is all yours. We'll deal with the other threat.
I'll show you all how it's done.
Roger 6.
Strider 1. Fox 2.
Our air support has stopped the enemy. Advance on the hospital.
keep up the pressure. A chance of victory will present itself eventually.
Bandit has a lock. Strider 1, missile inbound.
We can't let the enemy take their position. Kill them all!
Missile hit. Target acquired.
Careful. The ruins of sunken ships make these waters shallow.
Bandit hit.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Confirming Strider 1, destroyed target.
Morale is our real issue right now. They shouldn't have mentioned 3 strikes during the briefing.
Strider 4, Fox 2. Bandit has a lock.
Roger. The park will be secured. Fuel and big shots cleared the way.
I have a feeling.
Keep an eye on your radar. All it takes is one missile and your history. Here they come again. Fire in the lead vehicle.
Enemy has a lock on you. Strider 1, locked on target.
Look at what's left of our forces. Damn that 3 strikes.
Gun destroyed.
Boy, am I glad 3 strikes again.
Destruction confirmed.
A missile got through our ECM. Shoot it.
Enemy reinforcements on radar. Take him out.
Hostile forces moving near enemy HQ. We don't have enough units to hold them. Where's 3 strikes?
Split up. The longer this drags on, the greater our losses. Roger that.
HQ, we're falling back. We don't stand a chance against their air support.
Hold your ground.
Enemy dodge. Continuing attack. The enemy's about to overrun our position. Tighten up the defenses immediately. This battle is ugly.
Now, support teams, open fire.
They're after you, Strider 1.
Target acquired.
Sink every last one of the enemy ships. Show them how Osea fights this battle.
Target is eliminated. That area's all yours, Strider. We're back at 1 squadron at the Silver Bridge.
Those 2 squadrons that just flew overhead are friendly. Defend it so then. Time to attack!
The enemy's got a lock. Unload every last round of ammo you've got. We can't let them get past us.
Take to our air support. Victory is within sight. Let's turn the remaining enemies into shark bait. Right between the buildings.
Bandit hit.
Strider 4, Fox 2.
out of sandstone. We're pinned down.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
This is the start. There are small boats hiding in the ruins. Take them out before they can approach the fleet. We're slowly at the upper hand.
Target is
Tide
hit.
of battle in our favor.
They have a lock on me.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Park's wide open. There's nowhere to hide.
Missile.
Hold them. Don't let them through.
Use your binoculars. 3 strikes, face us.
Maintain course if you want to go back to resupply. 5 minutes remaining.
Strider 1, this is Control Tower. Make your landing check. Too fast. Lower airspeed. Bank left. You're past the guidance limit. Make a visual landing. Strider 1, this is Control Tower. The runway is clear.
They aren't as good as the ones on Silver Bridge.
Hold up.
Whether it was Strider or Cyclops, it looked like they did a real number on the enemy. Eyeball to Ostrich. Take care of 9 Sierra for us. Roger. We'll provide supporting fire, along with Stork. Our target is 9 Sierra. Prepare the first volley. Ready! Fire!
Pursuing enemy.
Tear down that barricade.
We lost half our men? What about the reinforcements?
Trigger, I'm on my way to join you. Our boys on the ground can finish up here. Understood. Understood. Mulcaster, meeting up with Strider.
Roger.
Backup is coming. They're defending HQ.
Eyeball, give us a report. You overdid it. Thanks for the fire support. Roger.
We've got flies buzzing around our heads. Don't take your eyes off them.
Don't stop!
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
They have me spiked.
Cyclops 4, Fox 2.
They dodged it.
The missiles took out a lot of armaments. Ship's building!
We've spotted enemy backup. Check your radars.
Copy. Trigger. It's about time we finished up here and helped other allies in trouble.
You don't need to try and target every enemy. Just keep your focus. Take one down, then move on to the next.
Missile.
Our allies aren't advancing as we hoped. This isn't good.
Missile.
Trigger!
Missile.
Hit the areas where the enemy forces are thickest.
Missile.
HQ, this is Guard 2. Eliminated the enemy resistance. Guard 2 and 3 are making their way to HQ now.
Missile.
not let them through.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Missile.
2 minutes remaining.
Missile.
Pushing! Missile! Evade!
Caution. Pull up.
There's no way we're pulling back now. If they take our headquarters, we're winning. The enemy is showing signs of fatigue. Deal the final blow.
Missile.
Look out. Missile closing.
Missile.
Mark 2.
Missile. Missile.
Enemy's got a lock.
Strider 3, Fox 2.
Missile.
There's a crack in the enemy's defenses. Send our troops through at once. This should allow us to put up a fight.
Your air support considerably weakened organized resistance from the Immersion Army. Operation nearly complete. Just need to see it through.
Understood.
Understood.
All right.
Understood. Understood. Understood.
1 minute remaining.
Enemy missile cruising. Breaking. Enemy attack struck me. I'm still okay. Keep firing on the move. Not done, Bandit. You got a stubborn one on my ass.
30 seconds remaining.
Get away from that missile. Enemy has a lock on me. Missile evading.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
I want to keep that ass straight right now.
Strider 1, nice work. Don't let him any closer.
Fox 2. All aircraft, listen carefully. This is Lancaster. We have the upper hand. The enemy headquarters is almost ours. Operation to eliminate all enemy satellites also underway. All going according to plan. The end of the war is in sight. Think of something you'd like to eat, guys? Because I'm buying.
Roger that.
Man, don't jinx us.
Ah, you're right. New bogies. No, 5 Su-30s inbound.
It's Mr. Rex.
What's going on here? I don't believe it. We've just lost ship 3 and 4. We're taking heavy damage. It's like this monster is toying with us out there. We've got to do something.
LRSSG, we have an emergency order from Mission Command. Bring down Mr. X. I know it's a tall order, but HQ wouldn't ask if they didn't have faith in you.
There they are. It's the snowbirds.
Missile.
The 2 leaders are on a different route. But don't underestimate the rest of them either. Mission prep can be fun. What do you mean? It's just like you say. The enemy has experienced fighters in their midst.
Shaking off enemy lock.
Don't go out of the rope. 2 or more on each target.
One ship is sunk. Single fighter coming back around.
Don't let Mr. X run wild. Friendlies are suffering heavy damage.
Stall warning.
Time required.
Missile.
Don't get too far ahead.
Missile.
Mr. X is eating through the Osean forces.
No, 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 no. Who are these guys?
Ship was sunk soon after. That's the last we heard from them.
Cyclops 3, I've been hit. I got to eject.
Missile. Missile.
Took him out one by one. Cyclops 3 is bailed out safely. Don't worry, he's gonna make it. Listen, Trigger, real talk. If we keep this up, someone's not gonna get home. I'll act as a lure. Meanwhile, you shoot down Mr. X. What? Alright, he grabbed the bait. Time to take him for a ride. Shaking bandit. What's two? Man, this is one stubborn bastard. He's on my tail, but he won't fire. Wait for the perfect shot, eh? Sorry, stranger. My boys won't let you have it. Enough with your air show, Wiseman. You're pushing it. Oh, Cal, that's sweet. I never knew you cared. You're all grown up. I'll even let the wisecrack slide. Hey, I'm being serious here.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, warning,
Missile.
Hold up. My radar has shown that an enemy aircraft has been stuck on Cyclops 1 for a while now.
Makes my blood run cold to even think if he came up on my source.
Missile.
Shit!
Missile. Missile.
He's refusing to fire. He wants a sure shot. Not too bad. He has a lock. He's acting as a decoy. He has absolute trust in his allies, I see. You're quite the entertainer, but the show's over with this next shot. Bad pilot.
Missile. Missile.
Wiseman, missile closing! I'll keep him on me. Just a bit longer.
Shit. Cyclops 1 is down.
Cyclops 1 is down. Eject already, Wiseman! I'm sorry, Count. This plane exploded. Wiseman! Stay strong. We're not done here.
Missile.
Cyclops 2, you got the lead. Wiseman! Shit!
Missile.
Negative, Cyclops 2. You're the lead. I can't do it. Trigger should take command. Duty is yours. That's impossible. Do it. Damn it. Cyclops 4, form an element. We need our top gun if we're gonna take out that bastard.
Will go, Count.
Stall warning.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile.
Good lord. All we can do is rely on our best pilot now.
Shit! This guy's too tough.
Missile.
I don't think I can take him on.
Missile hit.
Damn.
Then go finish the job.
Get Mr. X, Trigger. Shoot it down, Trigger. You can do it. In fact, you're the only one who can. My radar suddenly turned off. What is it? What's gone? My data won't update.
My HUD is
Damn it.
crashing out.
What was that?
I've lost radar contact. What's up?
Look at the sky. Towards the sun.
What is that?
A star? No. Maybe an explosion?
This is Soul Squadron. Head home. It's not safe to stick around here if we lose our base.
Listen up. We've just lost our real-time connection with Mission Command. It's not just Mission Command. I'm not getting any response from outside our LOS. Farbanti's now under OCN control. The operation was a success. We didn't get the orders that should have come after the operational success. We'll guide you to the scheduled airport. All aircraft, leave this airspace immediately.
Negative. They've got a debt to pay.
Count, we all feel the same way.
Shit.
So Wiseman died for nothing.
This is a peacekeeping force forward base near Erusian territory. Other Allied aircraft have probably been forced to make emergency landings at other airfields. We don't know much. The mission to capture the capital is nearly complete. but we unfortunately have no intel. The enemy communication satellites are down, and we have confirmed the deaths of several Erusian leaders. But our enemy was smart. They had a similar plan. Our own communication systems were destroyed at approximately... We have no idea when or if they'll come back online. Stand by for further details.
As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osia's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osia even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osia's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osia and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant Masa it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Erusia has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned, and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army. With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power. HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatched from the Osean army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting. I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense. With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Erusia will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Erusia's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there. Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
To the unidentified Osean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Osean Long-Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right. Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your fire.
It's something I'll never get used to, but tonight has been a total shock. The city under martial law, gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich. Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you.
Understood.
That plane's starting to ice up.
Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route.
Hostile behind me.
It's Erusian.
They are responding aggressively.
General, if they're conservatives, they'll listen to us. The negotiations were a success, Lancaster. They've opened up a path for us. The more the merrier.
Strider 1, 88 gun destroyed.
Strider 3, launching missile. Can't see the tops of the roofs from down here. Be on the lookout for enemy ambushes. We made it through the Anchorhead Bay area. We're heading along Highway 208 under the bridge. We're taking the coastal highway, the next ramp.
All right.
ID is Ocean Forces. This is AWACS VLRSSG.
Our info has been updated.
ID is Erusian military.
Bandit acquired. Firing.
Missile.
You guys have opened the trial door. Leading our country even further into ruin.
Wait. General managed to convince them.
Listen, those that protect General LaFarge are the real patriots. Onward!
March 2. How are we supposed to tell a difference? There are enemies everywhere. There's a vehicle ahead. It's gonna ask us to pay a toll. Get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle. We'll go. Let's go.
We archived all the footage that we've shot for when the communication networks come back online.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
We need to remind everyone that there's no such thing as a clean war.
Signs of the clean warfare at the beginning of this war are now gone.
Missile.
Evade! Missile incoming!
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Strider 1 is hit. It's no good. There's still a car on the road. Just to be safe, we better avoid the highway and head for the warehouse district. Lancaster, we're taking a detour. Don't lose us.
Strider 1, the General's route has changed. Keep your eyes on his vehicle. Don't let him out of your sight.
There's a vehicle blocking the road. No response to Hayes. The radicals.
Missile.
Here comes a traitor, Lafarge. This is a wide net they've cast. They really don't want the war to end, do they? Lafarge in that vehicle! They've been set up in all the right places. Which faction is the head of our organization? We need to know at once. We have some enemies coming up behind us. They're gaining on us.
Fox 2,
We changed our route, but the enemy's still on us.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Strider smokes. 3 strikes will find you.
Bandit acquired. Firing. Line strike. Evading. Photo
That was too close for comfort. Keep bringing him down. Watch two. Turn right. No, wait, that goes into the ocean. You dodged it. I can't shake the enemies on my tail. Trigger, splash the bed.
This is a message to all of you fighting out there. Ask yourselves, what is best for our country?
Missile.
Maintain speed. We'll be able to break through that shutter.
Pull up.
General, do you mind keeping it down for a minute? You'll bite your tongue. At least give us a side mirror.
Stall warning.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
Keep reading.
We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous at Kruger Park. Captain Carl, do you ever need to record this conversation? I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it. The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, was all the work of some young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the radicals, but there was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belgians. They actually went to war. The performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side. They even manipulated the princess. The Belgian technology advanced UAV research within the Erusian Flight Test Center by at least 10 years. They used the flight data from a former ace pilot to create drone AI, but to us it's no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. For those of you listening in, am I wrong? We're heading towards Gruner Park. Rendezvous point is the helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there. Get them before they get us!
There are rumors of a military group calling itself the Free Erusians.
Enemy Skylock.
An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling.
Objective, destroy 3 strikes.
Missile. Missile.
Missile away. Target destroyed.
Want us to wait? Is this friendly?
Opening fire on that vehicle.
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
It is not machines that make the decisions in war. It's people. Understand that.
Missile.
ID is Erusian military.
Commander.
Cease fire with the Ocean aircraft. General's orders.
Caution.
Weapons hold.
Strider 4, evade!
Missile.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tanker anymore.
Missile.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 1999 Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah, don't they know nowhere is safe?
Missile.
Our capital's fall has led to another power struggle within the Erusian military.
It's all gone to hell. Even radio chatters about the Civil War. Radio? You have one in your cockpit? Yeah, ever since my previous squadron. I've got it taped, nice and secure. We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
Landfill number 7. This is AWACS Longcaster.
That vehicle is one of ours. Cease fire. The info just came through. We're the only ones here on our side.
An armored vehicle's behind us. This vehicle is by the Erusian forces. Take it out. Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Wait for it. We're taking fire. Take care of them! Radicals are so busy developing UAVs, you forgot to develop creative pilots. Our disgrace.
We're taking fire! We can't hold off! I didn't think we were gonna make it, but you saved us. Thanks.
Somebody take out those Allied planes behind us. We're unidentified aircraft in the drones.
We've almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood. System failures caused friendly fire incidents among Ocean forces. There are even rumors of penal units turning on them for allies.
Pay attention! Break!
Conflict is over. Regional forces in the center, south, and east struggle for stabilization of the nation. The Erusian government has defined these groups, along with those trying to independently make peace with Russia, as rebels.
Attacking from behind my target. If they don't respond, shoot them down.
Watch over the future from the high heavens.
Strider 1, missile away.
Missile inbound. Jinking.
Trigger! Missile incoming!
Even in a time of war, it was a mistake to create something like a penal unit.
Strider 1 was shot down.
There are rumors of a military group calling itself the Free Angels. An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling.
Caution.
That plane's starting to ice up. UAVs are acting strange. They're autonomous, so it must be bugged. It's not the drones that are faulty. It's this little Johnny Foxtrot.
Who is this green guy?
Caution. Pull up.
Okay, I'm right behind him.
I'm hit! Get this guy off my back!
Gun confirmed destroyed.
Open fire on that vehicle.
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Caution. Pull up.
Strider 1 is down!
There are rumors of a military group calling itself the Free Angels. An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. I've got a bad feeling.
Caution. Pull up.
That's a confirmed kill. You are a true patriot.
You heard the comm. There are no friendlies out there. Who is this three strikes guy? We're the only ones here on our side.
Caution. Pull up.
Confirming Strider 1 destroyed target.
I'm hit! Get this guy off my back!
Open fire on that vehicle.
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
We're unidentified aircraft in the drones.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Somebody take out those Allied planes behind us.
Missile.
Goddamn.
Missile.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tank or anything.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 1999 Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah, don't they know nowhere is safe?
General is speaking with the commander.
Ceasefire with the Ocean aircraft. General's orders.
Ocean forces at land for this is being back to our structure.
Erosion military. It's all gone to hell. Radio chatters about the Civil War. Radio? You have one in your cockpit? Yeah, ever since my previous squadron.
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
Signals that erosion
General, we still have 12 I have
An armored vehicle's behind us. It's a vehicle used by the Erusian forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for it.
We're taking fire! Take care of them! We're taking fire! We can't hold off! I didn't think we were gonna make it, but you saved us. Thanks. We've almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood. System failures caused friendly fire incidents among Ocean forces. There are even rumors of penal units turning to their former allies.
destroyed.
Three strikes. Who's a member of the penal unit decrying a plane? Fire! Fire! We're on your side, you idiot!
Take out Eddie in autonomous mode.
We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit. There's more to Belkin technology than just freeways. Thinking IFF designations for one was an astonishing feat. We used it to make drones that resembled Ocean fighters. And then to assassinate Harley, put the blame on enemy fighters. But in the end, Belkin technology only brought chaos to the world.
I can't believe Rusi's responsible for Harlan's assassination.
You talking politics? That's new.
Can't ignore a story like that, right, Trigger?
UAVs are acting strange. Their autonomous mode must be bugged. It's not the drones that are faulty. It's the smooth Charlie Foxtrot.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. Thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the General's day.
It's ID'd as Erusian.
The General's a real celebrity. It seems everyone wants to meet him.
This is one of ours.
How'd you last long, Caster? Great, then we're here to help.
Strider 1, locked on target. Target destroyed.
We're taking heavy fire. Concentrate your fire on the combat vehicle.
That plane's starting to ice up.
Adios, buddy.
We were nearly done for. I couldn't have asked for better timing. industrial zone. This should be the new rendezvous point. The coordinates are up ahead. Take out any enemies in the surrounding area.
Officers from countries annexed by Erusia have taken multiple routes and declared independence.
Glad we waited. Don't worry, we won't let anybody pull ahead of you.
Almost at the rendezvous. In the rear of the others.
Understood.
The radicals shooting for me was to control productions and make up for our losses. They should be taking responsibility for the capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging the war. That is why proper conservatives like myself are moving to regain control. All goes well. We should be able to sign a truce with Osea quickly.
Fire for the next half hour. Then we'll take back the city from the scoundrels who call us rebels.
We've reached the rendezvous point. There's the chopper, too.
Locked on. This one's a goner. Who do we turn to in this darkest hour? We need a beacon of light to show us the way. This is the Erusian News Network.
Okay, let's go. We're getting out of here. I've had just about enough of this place. I'd like to offer my thanks to the LRSSG. They should finally bring about a true end to the war.
Understood. Good luck. Multiple unidentified aircraft approaching.
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
Whoa. There's a girl on board?
He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No. Unless she's a soldier.
Weapon use is prohibited. We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but do not attack the civilian liaison.
That's the aircraft my grandfather told me about. The one with the scratches.
There it is. The EASA liaison plane. They engage in witchcraft with Belkin technology. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path.
Wait, unknown's attacking the girl's plane.
Alma, hold on tight.
Lancaster, permission to engage.
Negative.
What?
They could be Osean fighters. ID them ASAP.
Shit.
That's all we can do.
ID complete. They're Erusian fighters. What the hell is going on?
Stay sharp.
Uh-huh.
Right, I'm shooting him down. Any complaints?
Granted.
Wilco.
Wilco.
How dare you interfere? I'm here to deal with that traitor.
Yeah, good work. Strider 1 has killed a bandit.
Careful, those guys are good. Wait, you don't think it's those Scorpion big shots, do you? I managed to catch a glimpse of the 3 strikes.
Don't miss. Aim carefully.
9.
Whistle away.
See if fire touch those damn nuclear and getting in my way.
No good. Shit. Bandit destroyed. Well done.
Enemy missile! Breaking!
Nice kill.
Good work. All hostile aircraft eliminated. The liaison is safe. Wait.
The
alive.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
Erusian aircraft, this is AWACS Longcaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Can you hear me on this channel, OC craft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously. They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition.
What?
In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down.
Unfortunately, yes.
We did what we could. Weapons free. You are cleared to attack the escort.
Wilco. Understood.
Wilco.
Can't afford the MQ-99's launch. Our commands are overridden. They must be accessing it remotely. Which unit is behind this?
Strider 1, target eliminated. Hey, it's not our fault they won't listen to reason. Right? Something like that. Whoever did is the king of all dumbasses.
Target hit.
Something else entirely.
Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing.
Son of a bitch.
The escort must have used its remote activation rights to gain more allies.
Strider 1, bandit splash. Strider 1, Fox 2. 5 bandits remaining.
Damn it. They don't have the drive they need.
Strider 3, launching missile.
It's not enough to be fully functional.
Destroyed. 4 bandits left.
There has to be a time when it should not function. But when? They are up to a data, aren't they?
Enemy has a lock on you. Target acquired. 3 bandits to go.
I'm on my target's tail.
2 bandits left. Show them what you got. No special weaponry remaining. 1 bandit to go. Target was not struck.
Strider 3, launching missile.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Strider 1, that's what I like to see. Another story to tell my boy.
Understood. All hostiles have been eliminated. Nice. General's helicopters flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay. All aircraft, RTB, mission complete.
All hostiles, huh?
General, the Ocean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Ocean aircraft.
Ocean's army? Elaborate. They stole our sealed orders.
The VIP.
It should be a piece of cake.
Were you sent by the General Staff? No, we'd like you to send... I can't!
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war.
In order to respond to the attack on the base, Cyclops has scrambled after being on standby. We'll head up too, once our planes are ready. Oh, and Labarth is dead. What did you say? Apparently, he was shot down by another Ocean aircraft after he left the area of operations. I mean, I know it was chaos, but still. At any rate, the sealed order operation has come to a close. We have no idea about a plan for going forward.
All we can do for now is watch our own backs.
What's up with the commander?
He's staying in his room. He's still alive, since we can hear him crying.
The island we went to was supposed to have been secured by the ground forces. They hadn't gotten a handle on things by the time we got there, so now we were stuck in the middle of a half-assed campaign. My job was to get the planes ready for combat, making repairs and handing them over to our troop of cons. Thing is, the enemy still had the hangars. The comms were still down, so none of us knew what the hell was going on. The last transmission I heard before everything went to shit was that some prisoners from an Ocean military penal unit rioted and managed to escape. They stole some jets and now they were flying around, taking out their former allies left and right. I wonder if any units like ours were out here, creeping around. Hearing the Ocean jets firing at each other overhead chipped away at morale. Since the radio was out, it was quiet. I liked it better that way. All I heard was the gunfire. Here we were, walking around carrying rifles. We were pilots, damn it. Friendly fire will probably kill us. You know things are desperate when the guards that used to lock us into solitary are now telling us it's better we all stick together. I guess they think our odds of surviving this war are better that way. After walking for miles across the battlefield, we came across the wreckage of a plane. Passenger, not military. I knew that rose. It was an Erusian liaison plane. The guard's dogs smelled something and took off. They led us to a cliff. And the bodies.
Today, I lost everything. When Osea attacked our capital, my father, a man who was never really suited to being the king, was killed. I was to be flown out of the war zone to safety, but the plane was shot down by rebels. The entire crew was killed in the crash. Soldiers appeared and one shot at me. My dog went after him and shot him to pieces. He was my best friend. After all those speeches I gave about working together for peace, I thought everyone felt the same as I did. I'm sure the soldier who shot at me knew I was the Princess of Erusia. He was Erusian too. More soldiers have come. Now, there is no one left to protect me. I am so numb, I cannot move. I watch as one of their dogs approaches. It sniffs mournfully at my dead friend. I wonder if it grieves for him as much as I do. I can barely think. I feel weaker by the minute. I don't know who these soldiers are with, but I managed to take a sip of the water they gave me.
How long have you been here?
Somehow, I muster the courage to answer the woman's question. I tell her I've been there 3 days. They gather around me with grim looks on their faces. What would they do if they knew I was the Erusian princess? After searching the cockpit of the plane, the woman who spoke to me before came back to me.
This is an air-to-ground tactical radio. It still works!
I noticed she walked with a limp. She knelt down next to me and asked her companions to give me some food. Very softly, she said,
You see, I used to listen to your broadcasts, Your Royal Highness. Just what did you see here?
Okay, enough talk. Your opinions have all been taken into consideration. Beyond the seizure of Farbanti, which is important, and supporting the Erusian officer. At this point, I just don't know what our strategy is, or what our mission will be. Radio communication is still patchy for both the military and civilians, so we're getting zip from Mission Command about our orders. Still, with countless Erusian forces in the area, it's too dangerous for us to stay around here waiting for a miracle. Now, regarding Count's suggestion to think about self-defense, I think we should make a break for Tyler Island. It was a large Osean base before the start of the war. Count says his previous squadron took part in an operation to seize control of the island. It has the only base that will get us to the space elevator without refueling. It's also a transport facility for supply ships that provide drones and ammo for arsenal birds. For the Osean forces that are looking to reclaim the space elevator, those are two great reasons in its favor. If everything went according to plan, the base may already be in Allied hands when we get there. Though based on what Count told me about the island operation, it won't be easy to seize control.
If the ground troops have managed to open the bridgehead, the transport route to Osea for supply ships should be available.
So much at stake, I can't imagine Erusia just giving it up without a fight. Things could really have gone bad.
Even if there are enemies left, they should be pretty easy to suppress.
I just want to go home, man.
Me too.
With that look on your face, Trigger, I know exactly what you want.
If Trigger's ready to kick ass, then so am I.
Damn straight. We're with you, Trigger.
It's decided then. Let's get all the aircraft and haul ass to Tyler Island. Although we can avoid the Arsenal Bird's anti-air network, there's still remnants from the Erusian forces. I want to get to the island without getting into any unnecessary combat. Pick a fast craft and fix it how you want. Pack for a long trip, but remember, if you drag your ass, you'll get left behind.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
This is Tango 2-3, pursued by multiple tanks and APCs. They'll all go down if we don't pull back the landing craft. And what? Abandon Tango 2-3?
Something's not right.
Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own. Please, we need help!
Wagtail is on the Ocean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
Multiple bogies inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
Pull up.
This is the AWACS Lancaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger. ID complete.
Caution. Pull up.
Thank God. Friendly bird.
Caution. Pull up.
Their artillery fire just missed us off our starboard side.
Target acquired. Missile away. Update us on Tyler Island.
Couldn't be worse. Our forces are scattered and on the run.
They're on the run?
We were waiting for retreating units here to carry them out to safety.
Caution. Pull up.
We're under attack!
Lancaster. Many of our allies are cut off. They need support and an escape route.
Understood. We'll do what we can. Let's help retreating Ocean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
Just as there's a mass striker today, alright, we can turn this thing around.
Target destroyed.
Caution. Pull up.
They're Erusian. Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here? It's all crazy people.
We're in the middle of a mission to take back the mass driver. Supply ship is a munitions depot. It's highly combustible.
Ambush, stay calm. Reform the ranks. It's fine if we take a little damage. There's more over here. Bodies of dead civilians. I don't think we're part of the fight. Like that, they're all lined up. No, they are not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happened here. I really don't want to think about it. Erusian bastard. It's a blatant war crime. Take photos for evidence.
Missile. Caution. Pull up.
I just got the photograph. We'll head back to HQ. Give us another 30 minutes. The men say they want to at least leave the children a proper burial.
Missile. Missile.
ID complete.
Pull up.
Don't pursue too deep. Just need to buy some time. Open the bay until operation feeding time.
I count 12 dead bodies here.
Move them away from the mass driver.
They seem to be upper middle class. The spaceport's nearby, so they could be researchers and their families. Most likely, they were involved in Belka.
Target destroyed.
Go with us. Can you see the enemy APC from there?
Missile. Missile.
Three strikes in the sky.
Missile.
Can you see them?
Missile.
Goner.
Count the rings, and the enemy's gone.
Our last vehicle's been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Missile.
Let's get moving! back to this island one day and send them off properly.
All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind. Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
This independent special security squad is demanding to be ready for the base. An explosion inside! Continue the countdown. Do the countdown!
Taking fire from Erusian aircraft!
Trigger, that was an ally. Identify, then attack.
The hell? You're killing your own men!
There's still one arsenal for attack to destroy the continuity of the bomb. Then Erusia will have a fighting chance. Use cameras to track the supply ships.
Don't fight with your backs to the supply ship! It's we're done for!
Our guys still got the enemy's air support. What do we do now? Send in a tank!
Allied retreat looks good. In gun range.
Push him back! Fire! Fire at will! We need more ammo!
Pick up the speed with your search. The faster you find them, the more people we can save. It's the Osean military.
Don't they know they're on the same side?
We'll be firing at each other!
This is AWACS Longcaster. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Hold your fire! Confirmed! The info is from an allied AWACS. Hold your fire! Roger. But what are we supposed to believe? Who should we follow?
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out.
Get in the landing craft! If you let them through... Many thanks, Longcaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood. Wait, multiple bogies from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Strutter 1, missile launched.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase off the bogies! There's no way there are!
Strutter Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify them.
Let's just get this done with.
Strutter 1, target destroyed.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all. Trigger, boss, get over here quick!
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time. UAV confirmed destroyed.
Locked on.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
7, I'm behind my target.
Missile. Missile.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Grenade locked on.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Intercept those bombers.
Remember the faces of those who pushed forward.
Hostile has a lock.
The bombers are about to reach the island. Shoot them down now.
Careful, these guys are good. Destroy the mass driver completely. We're signaling our break with Belka.
Missile.
Enemy on your back.
Launch control, this is Flight Leader. All systems ready. We are a go for launch.
Bombs away! Bombs away! Radicals and Oceans can burn in hell.
Carpet bombing? They can't be serious. How many do they think they'll kill? We've lost contact with the Oceans on the island. We failed.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
This is Tango 2-3, pursued by multiple tanks and APCs. They'll all go down if we don't pull back the landing craft. And what? Abandoned Tango 2-3?
Something's not right.
Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own. Please, we need help!
Wagtail is on the Ocean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
Multiple bogies inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
This is the AWACS Longcaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger. ID complete. Got a positive ID. Update us on Tyler Island.
Couldn't be worse. Our forces are scattered and on the run.
They're on the run?
We were waiting for retreating units here to carry them out to safety.
They're under attack!
Tank is destroyed.
Their artillery fire just missed us off our starboard side.
Stall warning.
Shit.
Stall warning.
These are Ocean.
Do me a favor, Longcaster. Many of our allies are cut off. We need support and an escape route.
Understood. We'll do what we can. Let's help retreating Ocean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
Erusian! Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here?
It's all crazy people.
We are in the middle of a mission to take back the mass driver. The supply ship is a munitions depot. It's highly combustible.
There's more over here. The bodies of their civilians. Some people were part of the fight. Look at that. They're all lined up. No, they are not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happened here, but I really don't want to think about it. Yeah, the Russian bastard. It's a blatant war crime.
We only need an hour tops. We get the advantage to pin the enemy down.
We're moving out! Leave the cat behind! We'll come back to this island one day and send him off properly. I just had the photograph. We'll head back to the... Give us another 30 minutes. The men say they want to leave the children in proper burial.
Don't pursue too deep. We just need to buy some time. Hold them at bay until Operation Feeding Time.
Stay calm.
Pull them away from the mass driver.
Fine if we take a little damage. I count 12 dead bodies here. They seem to be upper middle class. The big force nearby, so they could be researchers and their families. Likely they were involved with Melka. Push them back! Fire! Fire at will! We need more ammo! Three strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
The last vehicle has been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly!
Caution.
Our guys even still got the enemy's air support. What do we do now? Send in the tank!
Allied retreat looks good.
Enemy on your back.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Get out of here, hurry! If you let them through, we're at risk.
An explosion!
men, in 9.
Missile.
Continue the countdown. The enemy's not stupid. We're after the supply ship. Do the countdown. There's still one arsenal bird left. We can fill it full of bombs, and Eruzia will have a fighting chance. Use cameras to track the supply ships.
Don't fight with your backs to the supply ship. It's him we're done for.
Get in the landing craft! Many thanks, Longcaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Target hit.
Missile.
Bring the anti-tank missile. Hit that heavy armor at the front line. Don't stop!
Missile.
Taking fire from Erusian aircraft!
Missile.
Trigger. That was an ally. Identify, then attack.
The hell? You're killing your own men.
It's the Osean military.
Don't they know they're on the same side?
We'll be firing at each other.
This is AWACS Longcaster. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Hold your fire! Confirm! The info is for Allied AWACS. Hold your fire! Roger. But where are we supposed to believe? Who should we follow?
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out.
Thanks. But will we make it in time?
A landing ship is waiting for you.
Right. Leave the wounded. This will guarantee us a one-way ticket to hell. Pretty sure we're there already.
Missile.
All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind. Wait, multiple bogies from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile. Understood.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase out the bogies! There's no way they're ours! Almost there. Commence Operation No Return! These are unguided. Stay on course. Let's just get it done with.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify them.
Visual.
Like an eagle.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Missile.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers, or they'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all.
No use. The enemy pilots outclass us.
Control, this is Flight Leader. All systems ready. We are go for launch.
Target was not struck.
This is Launch Control. The enemy is closing. Confirm launch readiness.
Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Speeding Time.
Launch Control, roger that.
Enemy on your back.
Missile.
Watch your chaff and flare supply.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Chaff and flares launched.
Missile.
Ramming Fox 2.
Missile.
Heads up. These reinforcements are elite.
Missile. 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 Missile.
They've taken out many of our aircraft. Use extreme caution.
Missile. Missile.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
They got a stubborn one in their hands.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
This is Graham 7. Attack failed.
Fox 3.
So these are the enemy reinforcements. This is Graham 2.
Intercept those bombers.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Enemy on your back.
Fox 2. Only half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away. The bombers are about to reach the island. Shoot them down now.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Bombs away! Bombs away! Radicals and Oseans can burn in hell.
Carpet bombing? They can't be serious. How many do they think they'll kill? We've lost contact with the Oseans on the island. We failed.
Strider 1 was shot down.
Let's help retreating Osean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Missile.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
Missile.
Hear us! We're taking fire from multiple enemy tanks!
Missile. Missile.
Get out of here, hurry!
Missile.
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 Calling friendly bird! Take out the hostiles in our area! Get us out of this hellhole! We need help while we're still up and running!
Missile. Caution.
Strata 1, target acquired.
Missile.
There's more over here. The bodies of dead civilians. I don't think they were part of the fight. With that, we're all lined up.
Missile.
No, they're not combatants.
Missile.
Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happened here. I really don't want to think about it. These bastards. It's a blatant war crime. Take photos.
Has a beat on you.
Missile.
New Erusian. Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here?
It's like crazy people.
That heavy armor at the front door with us. The enemy APC from there. I just got the photographs. We'll head back in. Give us another 30 minutes. The men say they want to at least give the children a proper burial.
It's a big maze.
Missile.
We are in the middle of a mission to take back the mesh driver. Supply ship at the munitions depot. It's highly combustible.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Strata 1,
Missile.
we've identified the unknown targets.
Missile.
This independent special security squad is demanding to be let into the base.
Enemy on your back.
3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone. Get out there,
Our last vehicle's been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Keep moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly!
All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Where's our Damn air support. Don't pursue too deep. Just need to buy some time. The bay is still operation feeding time. Watch it. Move away from the mass driver.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Javelin flares launched.
Missile.
Our guys have got the enemy here. Now, you'll shoot us in the front of the tank.
Missile.
Allied retreat looks good.
I count 12 dead bodies here. They seem to be upper middle class. Spaceport's nearby, so they could be researchers and their families. Most likely, they were involved with Delta. They did it! We're moving out! Leave the dead behind! You'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly. This whole operation is crazy! Stop whining!
The target was not struck.
Missile.
Missile away. Check their ID before firing, Trigger.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Get in the landing craft!
Missile.
Many thanks, Longcaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
Gather all the wounded together.
Strata 1, target acquired.
Missile.
Cyclops 2, Fox 2.
Missile.
Don't let anyone other than Erusian airspace units into the base.
Missile. 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 Missile.
The Erusian ground forces show no sign of letting up. We're taking heavy damage.
An explosion inside! Continue the countdown. The enemy's not stupid. We're having a supply ship. Do the countdown! There's still one arsenal bird left. If we can fill it full of bombs, then Erusia will have a fighting chance. Use cameras to track the supply ships. Don't fight with your backs to the supply ship. If it's hit, we're done for.
Missile launched. Wait, multiple bogies from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile.
Missile.
Understood.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon?
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify them.
Commence Operation No Return. These are unguided. Stay on course. Let's just get this done with.
Caution. Pull up.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts. Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers, or they'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions.
Maybe they know they can't.
We're gonna drop them all. Trigger, boss, get over here quick!
Missile. Missile.
Strata 1, target acquired.
Missile.
I've been spiked. The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
This is Ram 7, evading enemy missile.
Target locked.
Missile.
Behind the enemy.
Missile. Missile.
Target eliminated. Control, this is Flight Leader. Our systems ready. We are a go for launch. This is Launch Control. The enemy is closing. Confirm launch readiness. Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Phoenix. Launch Control, roger that.
Missile.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
Missile.
Only half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away. Intercept those bombers.
Missile.
You're low on special weapons.
Missile.
Missile evaded.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Missile away.
Missile.
The bombers are about to reach the island. Shoot them down now. Warning, enemy has a bead on you.
Missile.
Heads up, enemy reinforcements are elite.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 3 launching missile. My plane's up. My plane is heavy.
All enemy bombers have been destroyed.
We did it.
It's the Ocean military.
Don't they know they're on the same side?
We'll be firing at each other.
This is AWACS Longcaster. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Hold your fire! Confirmed. The info is from Allied AWACS. Hold your fire! Roger. But what are we supposed to believe? Who should we follow?
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out. Continue with your mission.
Can't we flank the enemy and strike them from behind?
Pick up the speed with your search. The faster you find them, the more people we can save.
Push him back! Fire! Fire at will! We need more ammo! Right. But will we make it in time?
The landing ship is waiting for you.
Right. We leave her wounded. This will guarantee us a one-way ticket to hell. Pretty sure we're there already.
Missile. Missile.
Not done.
Missile.
We can just defend the mass striker today, or we can turn this thing around.
Enemy position! Good job! The artillery fire sent a number on my hearing.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Hey you, dumbass with the scratches on his tail. You hear me? I need you to help some people. There's a group of refugees surrounded by Russian tanks right here. Needless to say, their future's not looking too bright.
This is a secure military line. Who is this?
Me? You can call me the Scrap Queen.
Longcaster, she's an ally. Trigger and I'd know that voice anywhere.
So you're still breathing, Sir Count.
Here, let me have a word. Hey, it's been a while. I had a feeling the two of you were still alive. Remember, stick with Trigger and you'll make it.
Have a bit of intel for you. Share it if you can help those refugees.
Count me in.
That's right.
Echo 13. All hostiles are down.
Understood. This is our last chance. We'll see how far we can go.
We've destroyed all of the targets. All bogies should be ID'd now. Mission complete. Okay, Scrap Queen. Send us the target coordinates.
I was thinking about how I'd do that.
Don't you have a laser target indicator?
Why would she?
Use the smoke canister. And who's taking this to the enemy's doorstep? Not me. Wait, you moron! Wait! What are you doing, dumbass?
Missile. Missile.
Here! Attack right here!
Longcaster, we've confirmed the location of the flare.
That's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. We don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry!
Missile. Missile. Caution. Pull up. Missile.
Nice job! The enemy tanks are toast. I don't think I can even do anything with that scrap.
Missile. Missile.
Warning, enemy has a bead on you.
Everyone knows it. No other reason.
Nice. Target eliminated.
Hurry! Get moving! Target eliminated.
That took care of them. No civilian casualties. Nice going. Do you hear the singing?
Beginning terminal countdown. Pressure signals on.
Hold on, Kester. A promise is a promise. Here's the intel. I heard it from an Erusian soldier that defected. The supply ships will be launched soon.
Yeah, that is valuable information.
That doesn't sound good.
But can it be trusted?
Not sure. Heard it from a man who said he wanted to atone for his sins. Up to you to trust him or not.
Understood. Good luck.
Releasing safety. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. 1, 2, 3. The mass driver is accelerating.
The supply ships have been launched from the mass driver. If the supply ships make it to the arsenal bird, they'll be able to resupply it. They may be loaded with new weaponry that we don't even know about. We have no choice but to take down the supply ships before they can get within the arsenal bird's air defense network. You've got to hurry or you're not going to make it. 3 minutes to the enemy's air defense network. All aircraft, remain on high alert. We got bandits incoming on radar. You're gonna have to forget about them for now. Focus on destroying that supply ship first.
We're sitting ducks like this.
Let the supply ship get too far away, we'll never be able to catch it.
Don't overshoot.
You think the mother hen really wants him? Trust the plan with the protocols of communication.
The missile hit its target. Everybody, keep a safe distance to avoid getting caught in the explosion.
So they're trying to feed that giant monster of a bird. We can't let them complete their mission.
Strider 1, lightning strike. 90 seconds to the enemy's air defense network.
Don't lose them!
All we need to do is slow them down.
Did you see that explosion? Looks like that's one of them down.
Remember, there are 2 supply ships out there. Hurry up and shoot the other one down. We've recalculated the remaining time. 60 seconds remain. Supply ships are too far away. We'll never catch them at this rate.
The Ocean pilots are chasing the supply ship hard.
That's a confirmed direct hit by the missile. Keep it up. Bring down those supply ships.
My target.
Hope you all enjoyed the pretty fireworks. If this thing had any windows, we could have seen it for ourselves. Nice work, team.
We're gonna find ourselves a boat and leave this island. We'll be taking the refugees, along with any deserters from the Erusian military.
Who's the girl that ran at the tanks with a smoke canister? A few more crazies like her and life down there may have been a tad bit easier.
What do you think would have happened to those refugees if you hadn't intervened? The princess saw what happened. They were little kids.
That's why I like the sky. You don't have to see those types of things.
Does this mean we're that much closer to ending the war?
No, we just basically prevented it from going on forever.
Count's right. We have no choice but to return to our original base. Our base that is nearly out of food and fuel. We need to do something.
Good. Take a seat. Everyone's here. All right. Good work in sinking the supply ships. Not to mention saving the refugees. However, we're in no position to start celebrating. Even the commander here is starting to fray from the stress. Can't say I blame him. Now, Tyler Island is in a state of complete anarchy. This base isn't safe either. The faces you see around you are the only friends we've got. Take a good look.
We found a boat, then sailed away from the island. We had to. We didn't belong there. The new guy's name was George. I noticed when the anarchist said his name, he said it with a thick Belkan accent. How did you know that he was from Belka?
Well, both my parents were from Belka, so...
You never told me that. They say that Belkans are known for their conspiracies.
That's just a stereotype. Now, I simply stated my honest opinion and was thrown in jail for it.
The princess sat there looking miserable. That was a dumbass stunt she pulled back there, but it got us on this boat. Take a look at that. This ship is heading for a single rope that's hanging down from the sky. Do you know how far the end of that rope reaches?
Outer space.
No. It is a direct connection to the very potential of mankind itself. Or at least it was until war erupted.
It's my strong belief that the rope might be connected to a very distant, faraway source of great conflict and strife. Even long before the war, the whole world started falling apart once Harling began trying to build it. I often wonder what was going through Harling's mind when he was trying to destroy the very thing that so many people were sacrificed in order to create.
Sacrificed? What do you mean?
Have you seen all of those countless old space shuttles on Tyler Island that are no longer in use?
Yeah. I always thought of them as a good source of scrap. They're an obsolete technology that was abandoned during the construction of the space elevator. Which would mean that if the space elevator was destroyed, it would be that much harder for mankind to reach the stars. Until we find another way.
But even then, Harling still went ahead and tried to destroy it. At the cost of his own life.
That's not the way I heard it. What I heard was that he sacrificed himself to protect the tower from an incoming missile.
Oh, I was told he tried to fly his ship into the tower in order to destroy it.
I wonder which story is true, Your Royal Highness.
I don't know. Looking at it objectively, it's reasonable to believe that Harling had both options before him.
When it comes to which one you think he took, I guess it's like a mirror.
Yes, it is. It's like a mirror looking into your own soul, based on whichever choice you believe it was. At the moment, though, I can only see darkness. I think that thing should be destroyed.
It's time for the briefing. Although, since we don't have any contact with HQ, it's not like this is an official mission. Anyway, it looks like the seizure of Tyler Island and the relief from Osea have been postponed. In the meantime, we just have to do what we can to survive. Since losing its capital city of Ferbanti, Erusian forces have separated into smaller, autonomous factions. It looks like Erusia's largest force and leading faction will pass through the area around this base. The space elevator is significant to them, so they're probably heading there.
Should we intercept?
Why? I doubt they're gonna start a fight now.
Our top priority should be to get home. Let's go already.
Yeah. It's not like we have the supplies, power, or even a real reason to put up a fight. But what are we going to do if they bring the fight to us? We need to be ready to push them back. If we head inland from here towards Erusia, there's an old castle that's been converted into a stockpiling base. Shalaji Castle. It's currently occupied by some of the Erusian forces that broke off, but we need ammo and fuel. They appear to have converted a freeway into a runway, so we can expect them to have the capacity for air combat. But they'll be easier to handle than Erusia's lead faction. While we can't use all our aircraft to attack, the transport carrying the stolen supplies needs support. Okay, Strider Squadron. You head out first, and neuter the dogs at the stockpiling base. Rendezvous with Cyclops Squadron, who will bring the transport. Then we bring the supplies back to this base.
Got it.
Aircraft are our only threat.
Sounds good.
We'll make it. We're all gonna fly home. Together.
Strider Squadron, aircraft prep complete. You're cleared to taxi.
No Osean forces are in the region ahead. No allies here. No need to ID your target. We've set a number of priority targets, focusing on their anti-aircraft weaponry. Okay, team, get to work.
Unidentified aircraft, not sure if friend or foe. Fire anyway. We don't have time to be wondering if they're friendlies or not.
Strider 1, missile launched.
So, capture this base and take the fuel and supplies. That's the plan, right, Trigger?
You take if you want to live. That's how it was where I grew up.
I was just double-checking mission orders, Fusion.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Our anti-air guns are destroyed. Abandon and fall back to our rear position.
Strider 1, APC destroyed.
Protect the base.
There are more vehicles along the road. They don't appear to be military. They're Erusian refugees. They must be fleeing since the conflict got worse.
Unidentified aircraft. Identify at once or we'll open fire.
What is he talking about? They already are firing on us. Damn, he's confused. I know.
We're all out of ammo. Don't give up. We're not going to lose our country again.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Why aren't our planes up in the air?
So what's this faction split from the Erusian military?
The autonomous state of Shalaji used to be a nation. The region has always leaned towards independence. Those who want to restore their homelands flock to it. Apparently, their core consists of officers from Basvet, which neighbor Shalaji.
Are they our enemies?
They're our enemy's enemy, but not our friends.
Missile.
Take on a fighter.
Missile.
We're unable to use the SAMs. Help me!
Missile.
The resistance is strong. They seem pretty desperate.
Missile away.
Breaking off.
I'm on my target's tail.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Who's that squad with 4 fighters? Evading enemy missile.
Target locked.
Stall warning.
Strider 1, target eliminated.
They have 4 aircraft. Don't stop the car. Planes incoming. Fire more missiles.
Target locked. We're coming up on the castle.
Let's hurry up and capture this base so we can get its fuel and supplies.
Shit. I feel like we're a group of burglars.
Don't say that. This is for our survival.
Yeah, I know.
Target acquired.
That's Shalaji Castle.
They're here already. They've been paid for what they did to our scouts. Taking both civilians and refugees without discrimination. Get away from the stone buildings and take shelter somewhere sturdier or underground. Drop where you are and cover your head if you hear jet engines. Who's here? No, they're with the Ocean Army.
Houston has a beat on you.
Strider 1, target eliminated.
Missile. 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 Missile.
We got missiles.
Locked on bandit.
Fight! Breaking away!
Hit on bandit confirmed.
Missile.
Fox 2.
Missile.
Missile evaded.
Missile.
Magnum.
Missile.
Enemy on your back.
Missile.
Strider 1, target eliminated.
Our air defense capabilities are compromised.
Missile.
Shit! We still have plenty of missiles left, but the launcher is toast. Please, somebody answer us!
Missile. Missile.
Low on special weapons.
We've lost more than half of our forces. The battle won't last much longer. Let them have our lives. As long as our nation's dead, the young will carry on.
New hostiles. All aircraft confirmed.
This town is of high cultural value. It's unfortunate we had to bomb it like we did.
We do what we need to survive, right?
Not something I'll tell my son about.
Yeah, they can go on ahead without me.
Missile away. Target hit.
Missile.
AA destroyed!
Missile.
Setting ducks!
Missile.
Cancel takeoff. Soul Squadron, stand by.
Missile.
Negative. This battle's over if we can get up there. Along with hope of restoration. Don't worry. As long as we accelerate inside the tunnel, they won't be able to shoot us down that easily.
Locked on.
Not bad at all, Trigger.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Everything's on fire!
Target acquired.
Missile. Missile.
3 interceptors are in the air.
Missile.
All right.
Getting to takeoff speed inside the tunnel is insane.
Missile.
Soul Squadron, airborne. Shoot the invaders out of our skies. Good luck, Soul Squadron.
Understood. You are in violation of Shalaji airspace. Turn around and we'll be forced to shoot you down.
This is the Ocean Long-Range Strategic Strike Group. Land immediately and hand over your planes and base to us.
You must be the snowbirds. It's
Missile.
absurd for you talking so tough after losing one of the leaders at Levante.
You bastard!
Missile.
You defile this country. As long as you're here, this country will never know peace. Shit.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
In gun range.
Missile.
Enemy on your back!
Missile. Missile. Missile.
There's no need to get King involved.
I've been spiked.
Caution. Pull up.
Don't let him get under your skin.
They should have left just like we told them to. They're working in unison.
Target was not struck. Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
These guys are pretty good.
on my target's tail.
Locked on, Bandit.
Let's do this.
Strata 1, target acquired.
Don't underestimate them just because Mr. X isn't here. Hostile has a lock.
Strata 1, missile launched.
Missile. Missile.
I'm behind my target.
We just need to buy ourselves some time. How long is this battle going to go on?
He has a beat on you.
Missile.
Enemy on your back.
Missile.
What the hell do you know about Wiseman? Locked on, Bandit. These guys expect us to surrender? I'll kill them myself.
Target acquired.
Soul Squadron, give Snowbird's leader to King.
Enemy on your back.
I'm out! Ejecting! I hope he's okay. Bailing out under those conditions. I can see his parachute. Let's pray he makes it to safety.
3 to go. Don't let them work together. Back up trigger.
Welcome. I know.
Damn, we can't even last long enough to buy ourselves some time. A miss, as expected, but a lucky shot will be boring.
Some kind of energy weapon. No, it's a railgun.
Strider 1, you have a bogey approaching at high speed. Bearing 090, straight from the east. High-speed projectile launch from the aircraft.
I'm testing this aircraft. You must find your own sky. We can still help you. Don't waste your life. Dedicated to reclaiming that which you call home. Furthermore, you must find someone to guide you. I am not that person. Mihai. Muscle Team Squad will be retreating. Those fighting below are advised to temporarily withdraw. Don't die. As long as we're alive, our hopes and dreams live on. You're taking some real damage.
Hey, look at the color of that plane. Damn, that's the flames of hell. Time for payback.
Negative. It's no good. I can't get close enough.
Leave it to Trigger, and the rest of us will just get in the way. The rest form a perimeter to catch whatever slips through. Welcome. Might just cost us our lives.
Hit on unidentified aircraft. The enemy's mobility is still unfazed. Keep up the attack.
Targeting correction in progress.
Someone to guide us. Wait, I can't think of anyone other than you. You're still not fast enough. Being together with Mihai taught me something. Drone fighters don't belong in the blue. They have no place in the cosmos of the skies. I'm there with the facility the Air Force should be fighting against.
Unidentified aircraft. Land your plane and surrender. Why do you feel the need to continue fighting on your own?
That's funny. It seems like one of the pilots is also fighting alone.
He's not alone. Look around you.
I see. Perhaps it would have been best to entrust the future to pilots like that.
Fighter 1 has been hit. Are you all right?
He's flying, but if he takes another hit, it's a miracle you're not in a million pieces.
You can keep up with me. Hey, look. It's like the sky's been sliced wide open. The experimental unit probably made themselves a new toy.
Fox 2.
Missile.
Fox 2.
Its accuracy is increasing with each shot. Take him down as quickly as possible.
Cooldown complete.
Not bad.
That bastard's moving in a way that minimizes the damage even when he's hit. Keep firing those missiles until you blow him to pieces.
Look at this.
Railgun has been fired.
Beyond the limits of machine assistance, I see. You're quite the entertainer, but the show's over with this next shot.
System power at 50%.
Get closer.
Warning, braking controls deactivated. Targeted correction complete.
Railgun has been fired.
Cooldown complete. System power at 50%.
In gun range. Missile launched.
This weapon is not enough to take down 3 strikes. This aircraft is my body. If they are not enough, then I must put my soul into it. There are pilots like you in every generation, and I've found every last one of them. Watch your opponent carefully.
Missile.
Fox 2.
Strider 1 scored another hit.
It's a hit. The unidentified aircraft is going down.
He got him. Trigger has splashed a bandit.
Can you hear me, pilot with the 3 strikes? This was all due to my ego. I unleashed pure chaos upon this world, just so I could keep my wings. Put a stop to the drone production.
Is this a message to Trigger? What does it mean?
I don't think this war is over just because we shot down Mr. X. Yeah, it's gonna take something else entirely to end this thing. I just don't know what.
Caution. Pull up.
No Osean forces are in the region ahead.
The resupply went well. We should be okay on food and fuel reserves for a little while at least. Luckily, the rumor that the Erusian army is advancing nearby is only a rumor. There's no sign of them from the skies. Rumors, rumors, rumors. This is what happens when you lose communications. But we got one good fact. The plane Trigger shot down was an advanced model of the X-02 Wyvern. It was developed in the last Continental War. Erusia had a lot up their sleeves. Apparently, they were even supposed to have Belkin aircraft back in the First War. What if Trigger couldn't shoot it down? Just thinking about it gives me chills. We're lucky to be here. In war, you never know what's lurking behind the curtains. But it looks like everything's loose now. Solid chain of command, rest periods after sorties, a battlefield where you know friend from foe. All of that's gone now, lost in a fog of confusion. Now, just how the hell are we gonna get out of this mess?
When we got to the mainland, we found the space elevator's support facility. I guess this was the factory where they built the gigantic structure the elevator traveled in. There was this little girl sitting in front of a mural. When the princess saw her, she shuddered like she'd seen a ghost. The girl had a stuffed animal. This was the day after the shit went down at Tyler Island. She walked right up to the princess, took her hand, and led her into the factory. One thing's for sure, they knew each other. The factory'd been converted to a production line for Erusian drones. It was fully automated and chugging along, making drone after drone after drone. Once they got inside, the princess stopped and just stood there. Another girl was there with a man in a lab coat. He was trying to use his keyboard, but she wouldn't let him. She took a data chip and threw it on the ground. Then she walked over to us and took the gun from the prison guard's holster. She pulled the trigger and destroyed the chip. Later, I found out that the girl with the gun and the one with the stuffed animal were sisters. They were also the granddaughters of Mihai A. Shalaji, the legendary pilot. Gramps used to talk about him. He said Mihai was the top ace from 2 wars ago. Know any Belkans? Because this guy was a Belkan, and they love to stir shit up. Pitting nations against other nations is a particular favorite of theirs, along with developing hyper-advanced technology.
That's right. I'm Belkan, born and raised. My country is gone now. Rather than surrender to its enemy, Belka detonated 7 nuclear weapons on its own soil. My people scattered around the globe, living in the shadows of other countries. We had a new purpose: to breed wars. The theory was that through war, we could achieve our destiny and our revenge. I had just finished inputting Mihai's data when his granddaughter came in. She destroyed the only copy I had of the information I squeezed out of him. The girl loved Mihai. No one knew more than her just how hard I pushed her grandfather for that data, how much I made him sacrifice in the process. I promised his granddaughters that his efforts were not in vain, that it could end this terrible war. But in the end, it only caused more chaos and despair. We were responsible for all this damage, all this tragedy. Now, we were going to pay for it. The Erusians, once our allies, would see to that. I had lost the drive to continue my work, even before I noticed Mihai's granddaughters eyeing me with suspicion that one day. I should have stopped then, for all our sakes. Mihai's granddaughter tossed the gun aside. She said if she resorted to killing, she'd just end up like the rest of us. And by us, she meant everyone, including the princess. Like me, the princess was afraid to look into the girl's eyes. She knew that by encouraging her people, she kept the war going. Mihai and his granddaughter were victims of it, and now they too were paying the price.
Is this for Belka? Or for Erusia? My grandfather had only one wish, to continue soaring through the endless skies. That was the only place where he felt alive. But I don't even have a country to call home, let alone the sky. The Black Forest, the lake, they are no longer mine. Even though those lands were once cherished by my late mother. We have to learn to put that sense of nostalgia behind us and behave like mature adults.
My homeland. She's right. It feels so far away now. The woman with the rifle approached me. She was focused on more pressing issues.
I checked the computer. All of the data on the legendary Ace had already been installed.
No, I pulled it before it was completed. However, there are 2 aircraft that are already scheduled to be manufactured based on that data.
We must destroy the factory.
This isn't the only one. There are more facilities just like it, and the 2 planes containing the data will be manufactured at one of those facilities.
So, this place runs on solar power that the space elevator generates, right? How about the others? We can destroy the space elevator and cut the power to them. First things first, let's take this one out.
I'll show you which locations to target.
I stood there, thinking about that mural by the factory's entrance. Harling commissioned it to be painted. I realized that in the background, behind the dancing figures, the artist had painted several space elevators. I understand now. The space elevator wasn't designed to exploit Erusia after all.
Good. And afterwards, we'll bring down the space elevator itself. No matter why it was built, right now, it's the root of this chaos.
I wonder.
Yes?
I wonder which path you would choose when looking at Harling's mirror.
Let's get the briefing started.
We've done enough air operations. Just let us go home.
There's no path for us to get home. Whatever direction you fly, it'll be right into a hail of enemy fire. Earlier, we received a communication via the partially restored general network. Here is what it contained. Apparently, the Erusian radicals have gathered around the space elevator, as it's a source of energy. Give the warmongers a powerful energy source, and you give them the luxury to keep on fighting. In response to this, people from both Osea and Erusia have joined forces, and will take down the final Arsenal bird in a saturation attack from the air and the sea. Once that's achieved, they'll take the space elevator from the aggressors.
Has the source been verified?
It could be fake. I hear you. Take a look at what's written at the end. Hey, dumbass. If you want to bring the world back from the brink, go to the lighthouse. You can see the future.
Dumbass? Sounds familiar.
It certainly does. It's from those guys we met in Tyler Island. The 444 Squad. It's a message to all those looking to end the war. But I also think it's a message for Trigger.
Guess we'll do what it says.
Okay. Well then, I'm thinking we go roast that damn bird.
Looks like we're all on the same page. It's time to end this war. Time to fly, guys. Let's go get that Arsenal bird.
Fighter Squadron, sortie ASAP.
We need help! Don't let them damage more! Show them what the erosion, no, what fighter pilots are made of! Thanks, I owe you. No sweat.
Head into formation. We up the numbers.
Well, if it isn't the LRSSG, looks like our luck has turned. LRSSG, you will secure air superiority. There are Erusian aircraft in the Coalition, so they have been ID'd as friendly via the data link.
Just confirmed it.
The Erusian government aircraft, including drones, will show up as hostiles. You two aces, I'm thinking it's time to show us what you've got.
We don't have two anymore. Guess nobody told them.
That's quite true, Count. It's not just two. Wiseman trained his squad well. Everyone still in it as an ace. He'd be proud of you all.
To all of you who have gathered here, regardless of your country, this is headquarters of the Ocean Army Southern Command. Wait, you can forget that designation. We are a coalition formed exclusively for the sole purpose of taking down the Arsenal Bird. Wait until we're ready to strike the Arsenal Bird in unison.
Roger. Roger, he's speaking on an open channel. The enemy can hear everything he's saying. There's no other choice. The Erusian aircraft are in the coalition as well.
This is Skull Squadron and Rigel Squadron of the Erusian Air Force. We're here on our own. Lancaster, we're entering your airspace.
This is Sol 2. Republic of Vastage are also moving to rendezvous. There's only one squadron, though. It's Mr. X's crew.
Count, ease up. Engagement is forbidden.
Don't worry, I know. We need every bird we can call upon. Even if they were flying with the guy that killed Wiseman.
Is airspace looking testing ground for our weapons?
Their squadrons are in formations. They have manned aircraft with UAVs and slave food. All this just to keep a war going.
Three strikes on a friendly tail. How many more do we need to take out?
Shoot them down one at a time. They'll run out eventually.
Let me slide in on that tail. Cyclops 2. Fox 2.
Ignore the UAVs that are off trajectory.
Okay. Commencing transmission. I'm speaking over both terrestrial broadcasting and video transmission networks. It's not important why... No. Are. First, our goals. Destroy the space elevator. Second, we want power to the drone factory cut in order to put a stop to all the war and chaos that its products cause. And last, we want to bring an end to this pointless war that has given rise to a state of anarchy. Let me tell you what's going on right now. The land is overrun with refugees who have lost their homes. This is no isolated incident. In spite of that, the war continues to rage overhead.
The UAVs were sluggish once the leader went down. I thought as much. Drones without leaders are slow as hell. The biggest form of their slave food.
3 strikes on our side? That's the best news I've heard in a long time. Against 3 strikes? Never again.
Are the friendly Erusians rebels or what?
Rebels, but I'm sure it's more complicated than that. Flash up on current events later. Focus on the enemy.
Copy that. Strider 1, hostile behind you. Take a look. See that line continuing above the horizon? The cable goes up to the sky as far as the eye can see. Not many people know this, but the space elevator is the world's tallest transmission tower. In theory, its radio waves cover exactly half the globe. We've jacked its signal in order to reach out to you.
Picked up a slave craft. It's a rebellion. It's a battle for independence. We'll take down the Arsenal Bird and build a new country.
Some coalition this has turned out to be, huh? They'll keep talking big once the war's over, too. You can bet on it. We need something or someone to guide us. Another kill for 3 strikes. Impressive.
5 minutes remaining.
With the communications infrastructure down, this broadcast can only be transmitted to certain regions. If you can access the server, consider yourself lucky. You get to see a real-life princess. Hey, Cosette, say hello to everyone.
Admiral, it's safe over here. We take away all their guns.
Yes! Let's open up the exit. Everyone get the refugees into the underground tunnel. George, Tabloid?
All right, understood.
Nothing good comes from trusting building technology.
Missile.
Enemy on your tail.
Missile.
Pick up the gun. Pulling the trigger is our pathway to the future.
Missile. Missile.
Think about it.
Missile.
Takes on this battlefield.
Missile. Missile.
Salamander 3, locked on.
Missile. Missile.
UAV. It's a wrong way to predict.
Fire at will.
Our princess is looking at a mural. There's another one here too. It shows a whole bunch of space elevators. Skies unknown. Cosette, let's go. Yes!
Warning. Missiles launched from the Arsenal bird. They're Helios projectiles. All aircraft, stay clear of the blast area.
Missile. Missile.
10 seconds to impact. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Somebody got caught in that explosion.
Lancaster, do we have more incoming?
Unknown. Proceed with caution.
Wilco. We can't switch off the security system, but we've got this. If what he said is true, this will give us at least 10 seconds.
Cosette! Cosette! What the hell's wrong with you? Get back here!
As you all saw, we have a problem. The princess went by herself into the maintenance area and has shut us out. No idea what got her going this time, stupid woman.
Missile launch from the Arsenal bird. Shit, airburst tight. Helios arriving in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Helios arrived.
Don't fly too close together. I'm bailing out!
I said we were going to take down the space elevator, but it's not like we can just go out there and chop it down. At the top of the windbreak, 6 location markers have been set in place. They monitor distortions in the space elevator. Those are the locations we need to target. If the sensors go bad, the elevator's observation system will think the elevator has fallen. Until its safety can be confirmed, all microwaves will be stopped.
Oh, I get it. What a party.
I was going to do it myself. You dumbass.
Helios launched from the Arsenal bird. 5 seconds. 3, 2, impact now.
You caught that. It's all over.
Helios arriving in 10 seconds. 5 seconds to arrival. 2, inbound.
I'm going down! It's up to you now.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Breaking. Enemy has a lock.
30 seconds remaining.
The monster bird is in our trap. We'll use a saturation attack. Wait for the signal.
Enemy on your tail.
Inform the coalition unit.
10 seconds until the united attack of the Arsenal bird.
Incoming!
5, 4...
Everybody, give this attack everything you've got.
Open fire!
All missiles were shot out of the sky. Attack failed. Cruise missiles did not reach their target.
Damn monster.
Lancaster warning all aircraft. I have multiple blips on my scope.
Here they come.
That's something.
Missile.
Hey, look at the Arsenal bird.
Lasers!
Missile destroyer ship strike and marker sunk.
Missile.
We can't train it! Evacuate!
Missile.
Flagship Starling heavily damaged by laser weapon.
Missile.
Warship captured aircraft control without the signal blast! Deploy lifeboats!
HQ, we have a problem. The damage to the Allied fleet is extensive.
Missile.
That was some pretty impressive firepower. I, for one, did not see that coming.
The active protection system operated as expected. We should launch another saturation attack. Air power. You'll slow the Arsenal bird.
Target acquired. Bandit on your 6.
Fox 2! Fox 2!
Look at that light from the Arsenal bird.
The enemy's got a lock.
It's readying its APS. All aircraft, break off from the Arsenal bird.
That's cool. Without the AWACS, I would have been a goner.
Cosette, that's not the control room. Go through the airlock and get on the maintenance elevator. Head to the top of the windbreak. Do you think you can put on that pressurized suit by yourself? You'll never get it on over those frills.
I'm getting sick of that arrogant bastard, seriously.
No good. The engine control room is gone.
Get order to the opposite
Our radar room and CIC.
Nothing phases this thing. Where are we supposed to hit it?
All aircraft. We can no longer commence with a second saturation attack. All aircraft, separately engaged in direct attacks.
HQ, it won't be easy to take down the Arsenal bird with conventional weaponry. All the ace pilots in the world won't save us unless we have a plan.
Give us time. We'll see what we can do.
You're just thinking about it now? Cover any friendlies, it's hit.
Missile.
Main propeller 1 confirmed stall. Good work, Trigger. Keep up the attack. It's readying its APS.
Missile inbound! Evade! Shut down Strider 1.
Damn monster.
Lancaster warning all aircraft. I have multiple blips on my scope.
Here they come.
That's something.
Missile.
Hey, look at the Arsenal bird.
Lasers!
Missile destroyer ship strike and marker sunk. We can't train it. Evacuate!
Missile.
Flagship Starling heavily damaged by laser weapon. Warship captured aircraft control around the signal blast! Deploy lifeboats!
HQ, we have a problem. The damage to the Allied fleet is extensive.
That was some pretty impressive firepower. I, for one, did not see that coming.
The active protection system operated as expected. We should launch another saturation attack. Air power. You'll slow the Arsenal bird.
Missile.
Bandit on a friendly's tail!
Missile.
Cyclops 3. Fox 2.
Look at that light from the Arsenal bird.
Gunner 1, locked on target. It's readying its APS. All aircraft, break off from the Arsenal bird.
That's cool. Without the AWACS, I would have been a goner.
Cosette, that's not the control room. Go through the airlock and get on the maintenance elevator. Head to the top of the windbreak. Do you think you can put on that pressurized suit by yourself? You'll never get it on over those frills.
I'm getting sick of that arrogant bastard, seriously.
No good. The engine control room is gone.
Add water to the opposite
Our radar room and CIC.
Nothing phases this thing. Where are we supposed to hit it?
Both main propellers have been stalled.
Locked on. Go down.
All aircraft. We can no longer commence with a second saturation attack. All aircraft, separately engage in direct attacks.
HQ, it won't be easy to take down the Arsenal bird with conventional weaponry. All the ace pilots in the world won't save us unless we have a plan.
Give us time. We'll see what we can do.
You're just thinking about it now? Cover any friendlies, it's hit.
Strider 4, Fox 2.
Sub-propeller confirmed destroyed. It's readying its APS.
Damn it! I've taken some damage. One aircraft hit. No, two!
Missile inbound, evade!
I can see a light bulb shaped thing, but it isn't lit up.
That's it. That's a location marker. Have it in there, right?
Got it.
Is there something we can do? Just evading like this will get us all killed.
Strider 1, you've got their attention.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
When's that shield gonna lose power?
Never. The elevator's continuously supplying you with power.
Then what should we do?
Calm down. I'll do something.
What are you gonna do? Cosette, smash it. Smash all 6 of the bastards. It'll lose power.
Damn shield. Just go away. Be gone. Disappear.
On cuckoo count?
Away with you.
Just what kind of magic did you work there, you asshole?
Strutter 1 has crashed.
The UAVs are dropping altitude fast. Wait, they're down!
The drones are acting crazy. Have you seen this? The drones are falling one after another. They've completely lost control.
Come on, you drones! You're facing me now! Look at awesome material!
You can do it. There's no way it isn't damaged.
Main propeller 1 confirmed stall. Good work, Trigger. Keep up the attack. Both main propellers have been stalled.
Trigger got a sub-propeller. You're getting the hang of this, Trigger. The main propeller is moving ahead. Just how hard is that thing?
It's down to destroying the antenna's base.
Say what?
If we destroy the docking modules and supply you with break on the first bird, that'll leave the antenna base vulnerable. Light it on fire and we can cook that bird whole. Theoretically, that may prove impossible even for an experienced pilot.
pilot. Trigger, let's do this. Is he really that good of a pilot? I'd bet on it. Besides, if he thought it was impossible, he wouldn't have said anything.
Watch out! The drones are falling! The refugees. Everyone calm down. You want to get yourselves killed? George! Tabloid! Get back here!
I can't leave that girl to die.
Fine! Get her, but be quick about it!
Is everything okay? The drones are acting odd.
Run! Run! Careful!
Missile.
One docking module destroyed.
Great work!
Strider 1, I knew you could do it. Move on and destroy the rest.
Is everything okay?
Some people were crushed. The kid's tablet left her safe. Keep her at that distance from the girl in the pit.
Good. What about Tabloid? Is he safe?
George and the girl were saved. They were saved.
Docking module destroyed. That's 2 of them.
Don't let yourself be distracted. Just focus on what you need to do.
Docking module destroyed. 1 left.
Nicely done.
This will be a good story to tell my son.
Pulse laser cannon destroyed. That drops the arsenal birds threat level a little. All targets have been destroyed. The supply unit is ready to fall off. You should be able to see the rectenna where the supply unit was. Destroy that, and even the mighty arsenal bird is sure to feel it.
Good luck.
Leave it to Trigger.
Don't let us down, Strider 1. Clear a path for Strider 1.
Leave the big fish to Trigger. Take down the UAVs.
We're counting on you.
There's a hit on the laser cannon. Trigger's hammering it.
Ground forces effort. We're jumping it. We have to take down the guard fight.
Lieutenant base unit confirmed destroyed.
Broadcaster. Oh my god. The arsenal bird is on fire.
Trigger, break off. Arsenal bird is losing altitude rapidly.
Arsenal bird is down.
Longcaster, can you estimate the point of impact?
Looks like it'll be open water. All aircraft, avoid the target's path.
That's the last of the rooms. Even in death, that thing is intimidating.
Everyone, can you see this? These people here were alive up until a few moments ago. My friend was here. Can you see this? This is just one of the many sides of war and what it does.
All Erusian soldiers around the space elevator. Surrender now. We will not attack. We can hold them off until support arrives. Our unit surrenders. You guys better not throw away your lives either.
Wait there, Princess. We'll get you down.
Don't worry about me. Please just take care of the refugees. I'll parachute down.
What?
Warning, incoming bogey.
Are those the drones we saw at that factory?
I'm coming down. I'll see you on the ground.
No, wait!
Enemy on my 6! Those guys are bad news. Trigger, boss, do something!
Strider 2, missile inbound! Cosette! What?
This isn't the time for that!
Cosette!
Avril, they're headed this way. Get the refugees to safety now.
Strider 2, you're hit. Are you alright?
Still breathing. I won't be flying much longer, though.
There's an Osean carrier a few kilometers to the west. It ran aground and was abandoned. It won't be easy, but it's the only place you got.
Trigger, escort your wingman. Let's get to that carrier. That's all we can do.
turn now. The carrier ran aground, but that shouldn't be a problem for you. I'll guide you down. 2 miles to carrier. You're too fast. Lower your speed. Lower your nose. Bank right. 1 mile to carrier. You're on course. Looking good, buddy. That's what I'm talking about, Trigger. Not one scratch. Well, we're okay for the moment. Now the real challenge begins. Well, if it isn't the LRSSG, looks like our luck has turned.
I can't just snap my fingers and make a plane. Believe me, I wish I could. Right now, we needed one. Bad. When we were coming over on the boat, I remember seeing an aircraft carrier. That gave me an idea. The Admiral Anderson. The name of an old sailor. When the first drone started attacking, the ship wasn't ready for battle yet. It was still in the dock, getting all rigged up. So they rushed to get her ready. I know about Anderson. In the previous Ocean War, he was the commander of a ship that sent out the last fleet of jets. They say the deck was sloping so bad as it sank, the last plane barely made it off. Those fighters ended the war. That story gives me a little bit of hope, especially at a time like this. We're all in the same boat, like it or not. If this war keeps going on like it is, it'll be the end of everything. The military loaded this thing to the rafters with planes. Some were fighters that were going to be delivered to bases in occupied territory. It was hit before it could complete the mission. Jackpot. The hangars were loaded with goodies. This Scrap Queen's got work to do.
Trigger, listen up. The operation was a success. Erusian defense forces have been neutralized, and all Arsenal birds are down. However, those 2 new drones buzzing around have royally screwed up our plans. The Ocean and Erusian coalition's air forces are in a sorry state thanks to them. We might not even have any viable aircraft. According to the Scrap Queen, the drones are trying to use the space elevator's transmission capabilities to send their data to drone manufacturing plants across the continent. They're trying to strengthen their numbers. What's worse, their data contains a depth of war experience, so the newer aircraft will be more tactically effective. If that's the case, this war will never end. We need to take both drones down no matter what it takes. We'll do it so we have homes to go back to. Well, the Scrap Queen's on our side. She says she can make any aircraft fly. This is our final mission. Trigger, let's go!
We've got a goddamn war to end.